Yes, welcome. In economics, you're always going to be asked questions on types of demand. On what? Types of demand. What kind of demand does your shirt have? You understand? What kind of demand does your shoe have? You understand? Types of demand. There are three major types of demand. It could be derived demand, competitive demand, or composite what? Demand. And we're going to explain this kind of demands and give example of commodities that have such demand. Give example of what? Commodities that have such demand. Number one is what we call derived demand. Derived demand. This occurs as a result of demand for other commodities. Derived. You see the word? Can you say understand the word? Derived. You demand for this commodity because you have to use it with the other one. Is that clear? Derived commodity. Anytime you buy bread, it's likely that you buy what? It's likely that you buy what? Butter, because they go together. So you can say that butter has a derived demand from what? Bread. Is that clear? Derived demand. What other things can you use together? If you have a car, you will always use fuel, isn't it? Isn't it? You will always use fuel. If you want to take tea, you will always use what? You always use what? Sugar, isn't it? Mostly. Take tea with sugar. You take bread with what? Butter. You have what? Car with fuel. That means when the demand for bread is increasing, the demand for butter will also be doing what? Increasing, isn't it? Because butter has a derived demand from bread. The second part is what we call competitive demand. Competitive what? Demand. This occurs when two commodities are fairly close substitute to what? Each other. They are competing. Who can give me an example of two commodities that compete? Milo and what? Bonvita, isn't it? Two of them are doing the same thing. You can use the two of them for tea, isn't it? So the both of them have what we call what? Competitive demand. As the demand of this one is increasing, it's likely that that for this one will be doing what? Decreasing. Because people will now be rushing to Milo and leaving what? Bonvita. Is that clear? What other things have competitive demand? Dangote products like an elephant bar. That's which of their products? Cement, isn't it? So when that for Dangote is increasing, it's likely that that for elephant will be doing what? Decreasing. This is unlike derived demand. When the demand for this one is increasing, this one has to be what? Increasing as well, isn't it? Now we talk about composite demand. Composite demand. This occurs when a commodity is required to serve two or more purposes. You can give me an example of a commodity that serves two or more purposes. Can you give me an example? Example is Gary. Tell me what two things you can use Gary for. And what? Not Gary as such. Cassava. You can give me two things you can use cassava for. You can use it for Gary, isn't it? Or what? Apple, isn't it? Fufu. You can use cassava to make Gary or to make what? Fufu, isn't it? When you process your cassava very well, it turns into what? Gary. But when you use it after the basic processing, it will be what? Fufu. Is that clear? So cassava is going to have what we call what? Composite what? Demand. Is that clear? Is that clear? So when the demand of this one, Gary, is high, you can see that the supply of fufu will be what? Low. Because they will be using most of the cassava that is in supply to do what? To do what? Gary. Because people are demanding more for what? Gary. Is that clear? So can you see the difference between the three types of demand? The one that has a derived demand is the one that is needed because something else is needed. Is that clear? Since you're taking bread, it's likely that you always use what? Butter. So as the demand for bread is increasing, the demand for butter is also what? Increasing. Competitive demand, when you're using this one, you're using it in place of this one. This one is a close substitute of this one. So when the demand for Milo is increasing, that for Bonvita will be doing what? Decreasing. Composite demand, one product you can use them for what? Two things, two purposes. Cassava you can use for gari or what? Fufu. Exactly. Good.